I was listening to, first of all, let me say thank you guys for tuning in to the Homeboy Hangout. You know, it's a little post by myself this morning without the homeboys. I was listening to Charleston White the other day, and he was talking about how people view real men, if they are underappreciated or how they're valued in today's society. And I know it's Charleston White, but if you can get through all of the craziness that Charleston talks about, and that's his life, so I'm not putting him down or anything like that. But if you get through all of the antics and all the other stuff that he does, he actually makes some profound statements. But in those profound statements, you got to pull out what you benefit from and what you don't benefit from. And he said, you know, the real men of today are undervalued because the world is basically, and I could be misquoting this, built to make mom happy. You know, you think about it, everybody loves mama. Mama gets this, mama gets that, dad gets the leftovers, unless it's coming from mama. But then, you know, mama gonna give to the children first, and then dad. Not saying anything is wrong with that because those are her kids, and he probably agrees that they should get whatever they get before that he gets anything. We're just looking at how the world views men, real men, and where we come in that. Because I had a couple of experiences this weekend that I'm gonna bring into this conversation too. Charleston went further to say that real men that raise real boys to be men are often disliked until they learn to be loved. You know, I added that last part in there, and I kind of agree with him because the men that are in the household, anytime the kids want to do something, whether you have boys or girls or whatever, they always go to mom first because they feel like mom is going to give them that yes, or not going to say a soft love because some moms, whether married or single moms, have some tough love and have raised some good boys. But they'll go to mom first and they'll go to dad very last because they don't want the real truth. They don't want the hard answer. So they leave that for the last moment. And I kind of agree with that because a lot of times in a relationship, certain relationships, the men are the figures that do hand down the discipline. So if I'm telling you no every time it's time for you to go to out on a date, and mom is more likely to say yes, you're gonna value mom's opinion and never come to dad for the answer. Or, you know, when life gets hard, you might come to dad because you know that that's the person that can come and save you or get you, you know, out of that situation. You know, so I'm gonna leave that sector of it and go to women that are raising kids, boys. I'll focus on boys without father figures in the house. You know, or is that their fault, or is that the fault of the dad who flew the coop and he ain't no longer there? You know, we can point the blame in a lot of different directions, or get our understanding from a lot of different directions. You know, but I was working with a fellow this weekend that I really value. He's a young fellow. I think he's like 19 or 20 now. He got his head on his shoulders. You know, so anytime I can help him out, I try my best to do so. And help out doesn't always mean financially. It means financially, morally, emotionally, socially. You know, anytime I can help him out, I try to. So this weekend I said, hey man, you know, some people asked me to detail a car. You know, there's some close people to me. I don't really detail cars, but I said, hey man, I'll do it. You know, I used to do it as a hustle when I was in college and right out of college to make sure that I wasn't, make sure I had some money in my pocket for, you know, not having a better way to say it. So I called him up and I said, hey man, you working Saturday? You know, I kind of told him, I didn't really ask him, but you know, I said, you working Saturday? Because I know he's in college now, he needs a few dollars. So he doesn't argue or anything. He's like, okay, what time you gonna pick me up from my dorm room from campus? So I go pick him up, and on the way to the house, I said, well, maybe I should ask him, like, have you ever washed the car or detailed the car? Because I know my expectations of what I want people to produce can be sometimes heavy, which sometimes leads people to not want to work for me or not want to be around me because I expect things to be done in a certain way. So I said, let me ask him. I said, have you ever, washed a car before? And he was like, maybe once or twice, but not really. Coach, like I haven't been to the store to get products to wash a car and do this and the third and detail a car. Never even. I don't know, Coach. No. So I say, well, this is the time that I'm gonna have to teach him how to detail the car, how to wash the car, how to do something. But more importantly, I said, I want you to understand that I'm trying to teach you right here is how to go out here and get this money on your own, doing things that other people don't want to do, to get your money. Like a lot of people are lazy, they don't want to detail their cars. A lot of people are incapable. Not incapable like they're not smart, but they may have a physical condition or something like that. But nevertheless, this is a hustle that you can take with you the rest of your life and learn how to do it. So with that being said, like I feel like, and I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way because it can easily be taken the wrong way. I feel like that single moms do a great job of raising boys the best they can. I feel like the men in the world need to do a better job around single mothers, whether it's your son, your kid, or not your kid. You have a cousin, you have an aunt, you have a sister, you have somebody that's a single mom with a boy that you can help out. And like I say, it doesn't mean financially, man. Like you can help them out by having a conversation with them and opening their eyes to something that they've never seen or never thought of before. But at the same time, the single mom's got to be receptive to those type of things also, because single mothers, you got a brother or a cousin or uncle, but you at the same time you can't be like, oh, they're gonna be too hard on little Johnny. Man, the boys need some sternness. They need some tough love. And I had a conversation with one of my homegirls this weekend, and she was like, well, how do women raise a boy to be a man if they not a man? And I said, well, in my view,